Hey, what's going on to all of my Aquarius out there? How y'all doing? So let's get into it. Let's get into it, right? Boom. So what I got for you is the Page of Cups, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Cups, the King of Cups, and last but not least, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so the overall representation of what I'm getting for this, right, is how a lot of you Aquarius needs to decide for yourselves if you're going to entertain people who are not necessarily worth your time long term. Why I'm saying that is because the Page of Cups and the Empress, right, is about how the Page of Cups is about you've messed with some delusional people from the not so distant past, as we talked about. These people are behind you. But the Empress is now about how you Aquarius also the Empress is now about how you've also tried to put it into a category of understanding where you've kind of done that to other people, right? And that's cool, right? You should go out and have your fun. You know, that one-nighter type of stuff is not necessarily a bad thing if you do it disciplinedly, right? But the thing is that you have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is about don't try not to do that too much. I really don't suggest that anybody does that too much because it can cause some serious problems, physical and mental problems and emotional problems. That's already been proven that if you have so much of that connectiveness, if you know what I mean, in a very short period of time with so many different people, that it actually creates a lot of problems because it's not with it's you know what I mean, that you're not bonding with one person, or depending what you're into, a few people in that way, right? It's a lot of different people. So the thing is that sense of closeness, which has also been linked to chemicals in the brain, is not necessarily the best thing for you, because if you can't bond with one particular person, or at least a few people, that creates a sense of loss. That creates a sense of lostness, right? This is the reason why it is that we talk about we have small circles, right? What creates our circles being small is because you understand that you can't bond with that person because the stuff that this person got going on and the things that you've got going on are two different things. So there's not a lot of that bonding, as we like to call it, going on here. So you realize the best thing for me to do is to stay away from that person. It's the same thing for you and in relationships. I'm just seeing how a lot of you Aquarius don't really want to be with anybody, and that's cool. But pay attention to not really having one-nighters or having too many one-nighters with a lot of different people, because I don't want you Aquarius to get yourselves into a situation and then get yourselves messed up. I don't want you Aquarius to have that, right? Where you do this to so many people, now you find it difficult to just bond or be with one person. And there's a way for you to get out of that problem anyway, but it's going to be much more difficult than if you just never did it in the first place. there's this sense of adrift. There's a sense of at sea with you Aquarius. There's a sense of being adrift, not necessarily having a strong footing on land. The Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords now represents, and you Aquarius right now have to figure out what it is that you really want to do, where you want to go, what do you want to do, what type of real relationships do you want to have? Do you want to be single for a while, 2 months, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a whole year? Or do you want to be in a relationship with somebody? The Ten of Swords, you're not hurt anymore, right? But you've moved on, or you said that you've moved on, but have you really? Because you're using some of you Aquarius may be using this now as a situation for you to go out and do what it is that you do. And again, if you were to do that with like 2-3 people over the course of 3 weeks, one person a week, that's cool, because it's just one day, that's 7 days, right? But for you to do that, however it is that y'all doing with different people, that makes it harder for you to bond with really anyone, even though there is a way for you to actually figure out how you can start bonding again. But it's just a matter of, it's going to take time. And then you have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the Six of Swords is that even if someone was to come through and say what up to you and stuff like this, right? That would you even be able to actually offer a real relationship with them? So what it is that I'm suggesting for you, Aquarius, is to, again, take some more time off. Maybe you may need 2 more weeks. Don't be with anybody. Don't go on one-nighters. Take another 2 weeks to month off, because I'm just seeing how a lot of you Aquarius, y'all are really going, and I'm not playing when I say this, a lot of y'all are really going through a time right now where y'all need to, there's big transitionings happening. There's big things happening for a lot, seriously, there's, for real, internally, a lot of you Aquarius are coming to big decisions about what you want to happen in your own love life. Are you going to continue to be in, are you going to continue to put yourself out there the same way that you used to? Are you going to change the way that you put yourself out there? What? Are you going to, decide to not put yourself out there anymore, at all anymore? You're not going to put yourself out there and see how long that goes. Right? And then the thing is that the Four of Cups is that, I'll tell you this though, for the Aquarius who are going to put themselves out there again, you should be glad that these people decide to tell you no. Because usually people who do stuff like that are very dysfunctional in the first place. So you shouldn't even be worried about that type of stuff. Anyway, because the only type of people who run game, and I've said this before, unless it's some sort of war strategy, some sort of strategy or whatnot, like you in the military or something like this, people who play games are ultimately, again, they're not really right up in the head and in the heart. Not really. Every single person, through my observation, that has played games, and they were religious at playing games. They love to play games. They love to do that. Every single one of them had some sort of issue, if you catch my drift. So those are the types of people who do stuff like that. And then you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups now represents how, what you also have to take into consideration is your own emotions, and your own feelings. What do you honestly want? Because what I'm seeing here is a lot of you Aquarius want to be in a relationship, but y'all are kind of exhausted of meeting people who are dysfunctional, and you should be. A lot of you Aquarius should be tired of meeting that. But again, it's a matter of learning how to excommunicate and stop talking to people who are dysfunctional. That's what the Eight of Wands represents. You have to learn how to stop communicating with people who are dysfunctional. You have to learn to develop the skill to be able to see if a person is dysfunctional, right? Long before things start flipping, because one of the tricks is that when they approach you, and I'm not going to say too much, but when they approach you, right, when they approach you, they're usually running game the first time that they approach you anyway. It's already preset, it's already loaded up, right? So let's clarify the King of Cups. You have the Temperance. You have the King of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so the Temperance is you starting to come to terms with your own darkness. There's a quote that says, there's a quote that says, darkness is light turned inside out. And what it means is that what people perceive as darkness is a form of light, but it's actually older than what most people call the regular light. It's older than that. That's where the regular light that we are used to comes from. It's from the darkness. But there's a quote that says that darkness is light turned inside out, meaning that on one aspect, it means that darkness is what we understand about ourselves thoroughly. And that's what the Temperance represents, because the Temperance is not who you think it is. The Temperance is not who you think it is. The Temperance is the angel of light. If you catch my drift, it begins with an L. So that's what the Temperance represents, the dark angel, the person that can come to grips. Let me draw one more card. You have the Ace of Swords, the person who can come to grips with their own darkness, their own reality, their own understanding, Aquarius, that they need to deal with certain things about themselves, and they need to stop lying to themselves. They need to live in truth. If you know that you don't want a relationship, don't get into one. And don't let anybody pressure you into being in a relationship until you're ready to get into one. If you know what you want to do is just be out here going on one night stands, then do that. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Just be safe about it and have a system. And if you know that you want a relationship, then continue to date and understand that you are going to meet the majority of the people in the dating pool across the planet are playing games, because it's a game where people are trying to date up. People are trying to get as much as they're trying to date up. They're trying to be power couples. So the thing is that the King of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is about you understanding that clear your own way of all of the people. If you are trying to be in a relationship, cut out, or whatever you're into, regardless of whether you want to be by yourselves, one-nighters, or a relationship, cut out all the other stuff that doesn't make any sense, doesn't mean anything for you, and keep it pushing, and go directly to the source of what it is that you know you want. And then the things that the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords is about, because there's a lane open for everybody and you can have what it is that you want, but also understand what is too far. Understand when and where and what is too far. If you know that you don't want to be in a relationship right now, then don't let anybody get you caught up into thinking that that's something that you absolutely have to do. Same thing when it comes to if you want to be in a relationship with somebody. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't be in one. Do you date? But at the same time, understand that you should be learning your lessons when you're putting yourself out here dating, because people will use you if you allow them to. But the upside to that is only if you allow them to. They can only play you if you allow them to. But you have to develop the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for you to be able to know when and where they're playing you, if they're playing you at all. And you need a whole lot of self-respect, because if you're out here dating, right? If you're out here you're gonna be dating, then you need to understand that people will try to test your own confidence. And what they mean when they say test your confidence, let's go deeper than that. What they mean when they say test your confidence is test your self-respect. Are you willing to chase after me? Because I already know that I am messed up. But are you willing to chase after a person that's messed up? If you are, then it means that you're just as messed up as like me, just like me. I'm still going to play games with you. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As of right now, coming up on 2,700 if I'm not already there. Keep hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can get notified whenever it is I drop these videos for y'all. Peace.